Well, good afternoon, and let me make it quite clear at the start that both Bob and I are most relieved that we have a legitimate excuse not to have run in the London Marathon. As is customary, we're live in the studio on Sunday afternoon to bring you the best football action, a comment or two, and the latest news. Our action starts in the third division with Huddersfield Town against Chester, moves up a division for Orient against Sheffield Wednesday, and ends at the top of the first division, Aston Villa against Southampton.
And today's news includes the future of one of England's top coaches, the player who is moving sooner than he would wish, and the latest on the League Cup final injury front.
Well, now for one of our scheduled visits to the third division for the game between Huddersfield Town, on course for promotion, and Chester, looking safe halfway up the table, until you realise that yesterday only 3 or 4 points separated them from their rivals at the bottom. Your commentator is John Watson.
The millstone grit in the buildings on the hillside gives flavour to a true Yorkshire setting as we bring the match of the day cameras to a textile town and to Leeds Road, Huddersfield, a ground full of football folklore. And if the town have experienced more lows than highs in recent years, one man is now pushing them back in the right direction. And he's Mick Buxton, who took over as Huddersfield's manager when they were 87th in the Football League, led them to the 4th Division Championship last season and could now win promotion for the second year running. His team is unchanged today, and it's made up of honest players who've mostly spent their career in the lower divisions. The only star name is Steve Kindon, who is currently only the substitute, while the goalkeeper Neil Freeman is due to return to Birmingham City after this match following his loan period here. Chester have one or two names you may recognise. Number 4, Trevor Staunton, played for Liverpool in the First Division, and number 9, Keith Fear, was at Bristol City. But the most familiar figure there is number 6, Alan Oakes, the player-manager who won so many honours with Manchester City, and this afternoon plays the 744th league match of a career which began in 1959. Referee this afternoon, George Tyson of Sunderland. It's 5 weeks since Huddersfield in the Stripes played a league match on this pitch, and after 3 good away performances, they're looking for something at home today to support their promotion bid. They lie third at the start of the match. That was Keith Hanvey, and it was a little touch for Chester by Brinley Jones, and here's Malcolm Brown, the Huddersfield right back. Robbins, number 10. Was Kennedy back again to Brown. Now Alan Oakes gets his first touch. Playing in midfield. Still that measured stride. That was Fear. That was Sutton for Huddersfield. Teams have already met this season at Chester, where Huddersfield won 2-0. The rain has held off. It was a fairly strong wind. This is Cottam for Chester. Sutton. Austin. Kennedy. Referee spotted the foul by Cottam on Austin when the ball had gone. Lillis. Keith Hanvey coming forward, left-footed player. Dispossessed, or rather intercepted there by Ludlam. Robinson. Cowling. Looks for Austin. Robinson continues his run. What a good one it was. Robbins is in the centre, and so is Stanton, unmarked on the far. And it's behind by Ludlam for the corner. Good defending, pat on the back of his goalkeeper for Stevie Ludlam. Good break by Fred Robinson down the left for Huddersfield. Robbins and Stanton both in the centre. But the foul on Ludlam as he cleared the ball meant that it was a free kick in the end to Chester anyway. It was slightly miscued by Hanvey. So here's Jones for Chester. Cowling away from Needham, he's found Robbins. And Huddersfield getting people forward again here with Lillis. Stanton on the right, Malcolm Brown, the fullback, is coming outside him. And Austin arrived, and Lillis put the ball right into the goalkeeper's arms. It could have gone anywhere. Well, Millington will feel relieved. Goalkeepers do make their own luck, but it was a good run by Huddersfield's Brown on the right. Overlapping yet again, played it in hard, and when it ricocheted off the first player in there, Lillis it was who had the last attempt. Robbins to Cowling, and it's all Huddersfield. On the way, Cotton. Robinson. And again, Robinson. Cowling. Austin is coming in, it's going to come to Stanton. This number 4, Brian Stanton, 13 goals this season from midfield, pushing up behind the strikers and on the right-hand side mostly. Always a player to watch. Alan Oakes must be reflecting after the first quarter of an hour that his side have got a true task on this afternoon. And down on the bench, John Hazelden and Nick Buxton will be feeling that they've made plenty of promising openings from midfield, but so far haven't quite got the final ball in. Ludlam. Oh, we got caught there by a very late challenge from Mick Kennedy. Now that was, as the referee quickly realised, little Mick Kennedy tends to have this reputation for biting well in midfield. He played for Halifax against Manchester City in that FA Cup giant-killing achievement last season. Dear me, the free kick totally wasted by Chester, and they might pay for that. Here's Kennedy. Needham intercepting though. Willis across to meet him, and Hanby it was who brought down Birch. George Tyson, the referee, perhaps feeling that with 2 fouls in quick succession by Huddersfield players, things need cooling down a bit. There are 10 minutes left in the first half. Here's Jones for Chester. Here's Needham, and that's Ludlam with the touch. It came off Hanby. Ludlam again, Needham. Austin out for a corner. Chester's first corner then. Sutton, back in again by Jones. Sutton once more, having to work overtime there, the centre-half. Jones again, though. Away from Robinson nicely. Still Jones. Oh, brought down outside the area by Cowling. And the referee may decide here to make a point and book Dave Cowling. May have something to do with the temperature of the game, that it's the 3rd intentional foul in the course of a couple of minutes, and he's the unlucky one who gets caution for it. It was a good run by Brindley Jones, the number 8 there. He'd gone past the first man, Robinson, and was on his way past the second when he was tripped. Jones takes. Oh, a good header against the bar by Birch, and hooked in by Cotton, and the unlucky player was number 10, Trevor Birch. But it was a good free kick by Brindley Jones. He put it in early, and it was a header by Trevor Birch that came back off the bar. Cowling. 6 minutes left then in the first half here at Leeds Road. Huddersfield 0, Chester 0. Robbins for Huddersfield. Cowling to Austin. Has gone across to take the throw, and Sutton has come forward from the back. Robbins, Kennedy, Robinson. Oh. He got it back though, did Robinson, and he's on his way again here with a chance. And Fred Robinson, who's had a very good first half, was unlucky there. He tried to get a cross in earlier on and completely miscued it, and then he saw his chance to get into space in the penalty area, and that low shot just wide of the far post. Fred Robinson's shot was one of Huddersfield's better efforts, and we rejoin their attempts to break through in the second half. In the meantime, Paul Needham, the Chester right-back, has been booked. And Kennedy with the long throw. Robbins going short. Austin coming off the near post. Header by Cotton. Robbins. Lillis. Oh, and Millington going to his right. Lillis getting the header in there, and Millington just dropping on it without a great deal of time to spare. Fear. This is Robinson being just tapped from behind there by Sutcliffe. That was a foul. Now this could be hopeful for Huddersfield. They can keep the momentum going, perhaps with the throw from Brown to Austin. Brown again. Robbins turn, and it's still there, and now it's Robinson. Good ball. Lillis. Austin is hovering far post. Coming to the near now. Couldn't reach that, but Stanton might. And he did. And Austin has charged the goalkeeper in an attempt to knock him over the line with the ball. That happened when Millington caught Stanton's very sharp hook shot. Terry Austin tried the old-fashioned charge to knock the goalkeeper over with the ball, and he's got booked for it. It was Stanton who had the shot. Up goes Sutton, good header. And by Oakes. There's Sutton again. Stanton. Austin. Kennedy, Brown, Stanton, Austin, and it came off Rayner. Oh, a backhander by Cotton could put them in trouble, and Sutton's in there, and it wouldn't go in, and Robbins has got it now. Well, what an unbelievable scramble. A backhander by John Cotton that must have put his heart in his mouth. He thought it was going to be an own goal. It came back, and then Dave Sutton had that shot, and somehow Chester, back there in numbers, kept the ball out their net. Fred Robinson for Huddersfield. Cowling, Robinson, and still Robinson with the shot. And as that shot flies wide, the crowd respond to the appearance of Steve Kindon. The man coming off is Terry Austin, and one of the most popular figures in football, Steve Kindon, who played, as you'll well remember, I'm sure, with both Burnley and Wolves, scored his 100th league goal earlier this season here at Huddersfield. Kindon has gone into the centre-forward position straight away. Straight swap for Austin. Kennedy to Kindon. Good ball. Robbins. Side netting. Well, the substitute makes an immediate impact. Kindon picking the ball up from the throw-in. Left foot cross to the far post. One of the best crosses that Huddersfield have put over. And it's his first. And Robbins heads into the side netting. It's turned by Sutcliffe. Well, that's well played by Brindley Jones across to Reynolds. Chester still moving comfortably in these last few minutes. 4 players waiting in the centre for a cross. Oakes wants the ball played back to him. And that's going to find Jones. And that came off Stanton to Kennedy. And this is Robbins. And that's Kindon. And he's got Cotton to beat. Cowling's in the middle. It came off Cotton. Kindon again. And Lillis is arriving. What a good save by Millington. Lillis can't believe his luck, but it's down to fine goalkeeping. Kindon pulled it back. Lillis was well placed. He hit it well. Going into the far corner. Good save by the keeper. Rayner gets up. Jones. Oh, I say, Keith Fear here in acres of room. Now, can he get the pace here on Stanton? Well, the referee says play on. Fear clearly thought he was impeded, and I must say he had a case. Kindon. Lillis. Cowling. And still Cowling. And Millington pushed it up and Staunton volleyed away. Kennedy. Stanton. Miskick. Total miscue. Well, the goalkeeper there on the cross from Cowling didn't seem entirely happy. He could only push the ball up. But Staunton, who I think is a candidate for man of the match this afternoon, got the ball away again. Use of the elbows there by Birch on Hanley. So a free kick to Huddersfield in the last minute of normal time. Taken by Kennedy. Oh, they're in each other's way there, the two centre-backs, but they got the ball out. That's Lillis. This is Fred Robinson. Chester are coming out looking for an offside, and they might make an attack out of it. It's Jones on the chase, and he could beat Robinson here for speed, and he's got support from Ludlam and from Birch, and Robinson's in trouble, and what a mix-up. Do you know there were 3 Chester players there waiting to put that in? Huddersfield were in an awful mess. The linesman, fortunately for them, spotted something right at the last, but initially they were hopelessly outnumbered. There was an offside decision actually against one of the spare players there, and there it is. A valuable home point drop by Huddersfield Town in their promotion bid. Alan Oakes shakes the referee's hand. His Chester team will be pleased with that performance. Although they relied on Millington for one great save towards the end from Lillis, it was a disciplined performance by Chester, who took the sting out of Huddersfield, and the home side just couldn't get the final touch. They played a lot better than that, and on the day the final score is Huddersfield 0, Chester 0.
Well, plenty of near misses, but not a lot of goals around in that match, which will disappoint those of you who carry a banner for Third Division football. But at the end of the season, both Huddersfield and Chester might find yesterday's point apiece to be precious, as are the points at stake at the top of the Second Division, where West Ham and Notts County apart, the clubs appear to be competing to throw away their promotion chances. And while that happens, there's still hope for many, including Sheffield Wednesday, who yesterday were in London to play Orient, and we join the match in the second half. Orient are in white, playing from left to right. Your commentator, Desmond Nineham.
Chidozie now setting up goals for Orient. And he's brought down, but just outside. Bowles indicating that it was inside the area. Bowles then. Now Gray. Bowles got his head to it. The ball very nearly went into the net, but the whistle had gone. Good long kick from Boulder. Peter Taylor now. And a fine ball from him. Chidozie. There's Bowles. Another bend one for Mayo. Orient looking a bit more businesslike now. Mayo. Motacevich with the clearance. Fisher. Jennings, and it's there. Jennings, absolute free header. Super cross from Bobby Fisher, and Orient 1-0 up. McCulloch. Now Kevin Taylor for Johnson. Curran. Clearance from Roffey. Now Motacevich might try one from there. Has got a little bit of time. Didn't hit it right. And again, he's through. Just went a bit wrong for him. Still got possession. That's what you call positional play by Mervyn Day. Motacevich seemed to be through there. Just pushed it a little bit wide for himself. Day, who had to come out, was back in time. Mark Smith's header. Jack Charlton on the bench there, not looking too amused by the proceedings at the moment. No. Bowles for Fisher. Lovely weighted pass. And it's there. Taylor. Peter Taylor. The skill of Stanley Bowles, the cross from Bobby Fisher, and the finishing from Peter Taylor.
2 points for Orient there to cheer up manager Jimmy Bloomfield, who's in hospital at the moment, and our very best wishes go to him. Wednesday's manager Jack Charlton could well complain that his team's away form is enough to send a less resolute man to the lunatic asylum. But as the table shows, there's still hope. Of the challengers, apart from Wednesday, Chelsea and Swansea both lost, the majority of them drew, and Grimsby and Derby gained ground by winning. But what does Jack Charlton think about it all?
I take it you're not very happy with that?
No, I'm very upset over it. We played in the first half as if we were just content to give the ball away and hope we got a draw. And give them a right bit of a go at them in half-time, and we went and played. But we never really looked as if we wanted to get the goal that would win the game. And I said to them, you'll mess about, and you'll not be positive, and then you'll give them a goal, and then you'll finish up losing. That's exactly what happened. They got a goal kick, played it back to the edge of the 18-yard box. We cleared the area. He humps a ball in that the goalkeeper should have come and taken and decided to stay. And we left to Billy Jennings with the freest header he'd ever get in his life for the first time in the game, and which cost us a game. The second goal wouldn't have happened if the first one hadn't come.
Well, Jack Charlton may have reservations about his team's ability to survive in the First Division, but there are no such doubts about West Ham. Next weekend, they could clinch promotion. But before that, they have a little matter of a League Cup final replay at Villa Park on Wednesday against Liverpool. West Ham have only one serious problem. Central defender Alvin Martin, who injured his left ankle yesterday at Bolton after heading the ball against the crossbar in an incident remarkably similar to the one at Wembley 2 weeks ago, in which he earned his side a penalty in the dying seconds of extra time. Today's news of Alvin is that his ankle is swollen. Manager John Lyall rates his chances of playing as only 50-50, but he does admit that Martin's strength and determination could still ensure he lines up at Villa Park. Liverpool's major worry is Graham Souness, who has damaged ligaments in his back and who went off during yesterday's 1-0 defeat at Arsenal. He was receiving heat treatment at Anfield this morning, but Bob Paisley says it's a case of wait and see. Definitely ruled out is David Johnson, who broke down in a reserve game yesterday. But the really good news for Liverpool fans is that Phil Thompson came through that game without any problem, and as long as there is no reaction between now and Wednesday, will return to lead the team against West Ham. Bob Paisley also told me today that he thinks Craig Johnston could become a Liverpool player before the end of this week. The original intention was for Johnston to honour his contract and see the season out at Middlesbrough before moving to Anfield. But it appears that certain behind-the-scene activities, including abuse and poison pen letters from the fans and having his car tyres slashed, has created a situation where it is better for Johnston to leave Ayresome Park now. One man who is staying put is Don Howe, Arsenal's highly respected coach. In the last week it has been suggested that he was considering a return to management, but in fact, while stressing that he would never disregard any offer, Don told me that he is very happy at Highbury, has told the chairman so, and expects to agree a new contract shortly. Now today's results, 3 games in all. In the 3rd Division, Portsmouth 1, Oxford 1, and that means Portsmouth stay in 6th place. The crowd at Fratton Park, incidentally, was 12,243, and that's almost 2,000 below the season's average. 2 matches in the 4th Division, Torquay 2, Aldershot 0, and Tranmere 2, Wigan 3. That defeat for Aldershot means they stay in 7th place in the 4th Division promotion race.
And smarting from their defeat at Tottenham last week, and Southampton just behind them, but surely smiling because their recent form has been as good as any. Your commentator at Villa Park, Tony Gubber.
Alan Ball, the Peter Pan of football, who doesn't seem to grow any older. Now in his 36th year and back in the 1st Division after an unsuccessful first try at management. This is Ball's 5th game since returning to Southampton to complete a remarkable quartet of England internationals. Alan Ball, Mike Shannon, Kevin Keegan and Dave Watson have won between them 231 international caps, but the price of experience, an average team age of 28. Steve Moran, number 10, is the baby at just 20 and the top scorer too with 18 goals this season. Villa keep the team severely criticised by Ron Saunders after the 2-0 defeat at Tottenham last week. David Geddes again replacing the suspended Peter With at number 9, but 7 of the rest have been ever present all season. Villa want to win well today to put the shine back on the challenge for their first championship since 1910. One honour already won. Gary Shaw's Young Player of the Year award by his fellow professionals. Referee Norman Glover of Adlington in Lancashire on match of the day for the first time in 2 years. And it's Southampton who kick off, attacking the goal to the right for what promises on paper at least to be the most attractive fixture of the day. The 2 teams 2nd and 3rd in the 1st Division. Although Villa 5 points ahead of Southampton, the visitors, the 1st Division's top scorers with 67 goals. That's 1 more than the leaders Ipswich. An early touch of the ball for the Southampton keeper Peter Wells. Beaten only once in the last 4 games. McNaught shuffling backwards. He has to do something positive. Swain to build from the back for Villa. Nick Holmes. And a Southampton ball. Keegan. Holmes. It's Baker. Shadowed by Bremner. He's got round him. And there are men in the box. One of them is Mike Shannon. Well, the tackle from Des Bremner on Baker wasn't firm enough over by that corner flag. He allowed him to get away, get the cross in, and Shannon got up to head just wide. Shannon, who hasn't scored since January the 17th, 12 games ago, but very close then. Cowans to try and settle things down. McNaught. Golak's interception. Shannon neatly on for Williams. Keegan. If this goes in, oh, it's an own goal. Alan Evans. Rimmer is disgusted. But that's been on the cards right from the start, because Villa have never mastered the swirling wind that's blowing down Villa Park. Keegan had almost got himself clear. Evans stuck out the foot and knocked it past the helpless Rimmer. And Villa are a goal down at home for the first time since November. Ron Saunders, the Villa manager, was scathingly critical of his team after the performance at White Hart Lane last week. One wonders about his thoughts at this stage today. Shannon, the whistle has gone, and it's a Villa ball. Well, now a real test for Villa of their championship pedigree. Only 1 point from the last 2 games. Held 3-3 at home by Manchester United in their last home game, and now against Southampton, a goal behind. Williams with the free kick. Watson got there first. Mortimer! The Villa captain has a habit of scoring on Match of the Day, and he won't come much closer than that. Time to pull it down on the edge of the penalty area, but knocking it wide of the post. And Villa really want to see those chances going in. Keegan knocked it on and got a push in the back for his trouble. So yet another free kick. Williams leaves it for ball. Mortimer. Des Bremner. Showed too much of it to Baker. Holmes, and now Baker again. Holmes is going on a run and gets it. Just faced by Bremner and gets round him. Shannon! Oh, what a good goal that would have been. Shannon had drifted away. A great run by the fullback Holmes. Getting in the cross, again beating Bremner, and Shannon running towards to meet it and glancing it across the face of the goal. Foul given against David Watson. Watson, the England central defender, drops for the game against Spain in midweek. One wonders how many people would still think of him as being a bad defender. Cowans. Morley. He's kept it in play. Has to give it to Williams. Oh, ball, too casual. Mortimer. Mortimer. Oh, he hit the post. Keegan can't keep it in. What a let-off for Southampton. A loose ball from Alan Ball, giving Mortimer space to push it forward and size up the shot, beating Wells and hitting the foot of the post. Shannon making space for himself. Golak finding Williams. Now Keegan. Keegan's got Moran inside him. Nick Holmes has gone on a run down the middle. Moran, now Holmes. Just those 3 Southampton players forward. Cowans stripping the light, fantastic, around his own box, and he might be made to pay. It's Golak for Southampton. It's off the post, Alan Ball. Oh, well, Aston Villa must ask some harsh questions. Evans turning the ball against his own post, but really you've got to look hard at Cowans. He had a chance to get the ball away. He dwelt on it, tried to beat his man in his own penalty area, and finally got caught. And but for the thickness of the post, that would have been a second own goal. Bremner. Alan Ball. Holmes beating Mortimer. David Geddes very unhappy with that challenge from Watson. And that tackle by Moran on Williams is not a foul. This is Southampton. Golek. There are 6 Southampton players forward, and it came off the head of Evans for a corner. What a busy man Evans has been in this first 45 minutes, now drawing to its close. Steve Williams with the throw to Golek. And Keegan. Williams. A Villa ball. Well, Williams can't believe it. But at least he was smiling about it. Cowans. Geddes. Oh, a good knock on. Morley was onside. A great individual goal by Morley. A lovely knock on by Geddes, but Morley did the hard work. He kept his head and kept running, allowed the ball to settle. It bobbled just before he was about to hit it, but from the edge of the penalty area should always beat the keeper and planted it past Wells. It's one apiece, right on the stroke of half-time. Just seconds remaining, and Villa back in a game where they've looked under pressure from the start. Moran. Now listen to the Villa Park crowd. Golek. Cowans. McNaught will get there. Williams to Morley. Cowans. Shaw. Steve Williams. And Villa now fighting for everything. This is Williams, who's put Geddes away, surely. What an astonishing turnaround in the space of a minute. Saunders, the Villa manager, still doesn't smile, but David Geddes has put his team back in front now, 2-1. Geddes, who put Morley through for the equaliser just a minute ago, this time free himself to beat Wells. And what a dramatic change. And there goes the whistle for half-time. A deafening roar from the crowd at Villa Park. Tony Morley equalising that Evans' own goal in the 44th minute. And then as we waited for the referee's half-time whistle, David Geddes scoring his 4th goal of the season to send Villa in much happier than they'd looked just seconds earlier. What a transformation. And what a fascinating second half in prospect. The half-time score then, who could believe it? Villa 2, Southampton 1. The crowd applauding the teams out after the half-time interval. Still buzzing with conversation about those 2 Villa goals right on the death. Villa start the second half, having won at the Dell 2-1 back in October. And so perhaps here on their way to completing the double over Southampton. A big jump from Nicol, but climbing, says the referee. Now Gary Williams, the left back. Mortimer. Williams again. Cowans. Geddes. Morley. It's a corner. Shaw. Gary Shaw, almost his 19th goal of the season. Evans, the man who went up to challenge the Southampton keeper Wells. The ball dropping to Shaw, who never really had it in control. Shannon. For Baker, who got free. Rimmer lost it. Keegan left it for Moran. And what a close shave that was for Villa. This is Tony Morley. The ball's still in play. But Shannon's ball through to Baker was magnificent, putting the Southampton man clearly into space, and Rimmer had to come so quickly off his line to smother it, and then lost it, but finally the ball cleared. Evans. Oh, Watson missed it! And this time it's Wells who has to come quickly off his line at the other end. But Watson completely misjudging that ball. And Villa learning the lesson of the first half when they had trouble with the wind at that end, putting Southampton on the same rack. Well, that certainly seemed to come off Baker, but the linesman has flagged a Southampton throw. Holmes. Shannon back to Holmes. Alan Ball! He couldn't quite get it clear for the shot, but it's a corner. Good cross by Holmes. And now here's Morley for Villa. He's got Mortimer streaming down the middle. And Shaw on the outside. Nicol with Mortimer right underneath his nostrils, heading that one away. And now there'll be another hold-up because little Alan Ball is the player who's gone down. Ball, who was out of Southampton's team for 13 months. While he was player-manager of Blackpool. And little Alan Ball having to go off, escorted there by Lou Chatterley, the Southampton coach. Ball, 35 years of age, and it's David Puckett who comes on for his third game. A disappointing afternoon for Alan Ball. Southampton have won the 4 games in which he's played since his return, but are trailing here 2-1. Will catch it. And McNaught missed it. Keegan. Oh, he's beaten Evans. And it's still there. It is Baker. And Bremner will kick it anywhere, and he's happy to do so. Delightful skills from Kevin Keegan to get free in the box. Then Rimmer had it and lost it. Baker had a chance, and Bremner who finally lifted it into the crowd. Well, now can Southampton force the equaliser? Keegan's back header, and Shannon helped it on. Watson's head. Swain with the throw for Villa. Mortimer knocked it on, and Nicol handled. And if he hadn't, Gary Shaw was free behind him. Well, no admonishment for Nicol from the referee. Baker to Keegan. Moran parting with that too quickly. Cowans. Oh, magnificent ball from Cowans to set Morley free on the left. And Nick Holmes turning that behind for the corner. A magnificent ball from Cowans, though. Makes it look so easily. A leisurely lift of the leg, and it's not 35, 40 yards to put Morley free. Holmes, who turned it behind for the corner. Mortimer and Cowans are together at this corner. Mortimer. Oh, he hit the post! Morley. Well, surely, if that had gone in, there would have been no other candidates for the March goal of the month. Mortimer's shot was struck with absolute precision. Hit the post and back into play. Ron Saunders, looking thoughtful, would have heard the score from Portman Road last time we did, that Ipswich had gone into the lead against Sunderland, and knows that it's vital for his team to win. 2-1 ahead. Aston Villa's challenge for the championship really does appear to be in their own hands, with 5 of their 8 remaining games before today at home. And there's the final whistle. 2 points to Villa, which, it must be said, looked to be in doubt after 44 minutes, when Southampton were 1 up, might have been 2 up. And that dramatic 60 seconds before half-time, when Villa scored twice through Morley, and then David Geddes, number 9, getting the winner, securing the points for Villa that will keep them breathing down the necks of Ipswich at the top of the First Division. And remember, Ipswich have yet to play here at Villa Park. That match arranged now for Tuesday, April the 14th, when the First Division Championship might be decided. A final score at Villa Park then: Aston Villa 2, Southampton 1.
And I'm sure I wasn't the only neutral at Villa Park to detect a distinct feeling of relief among the home supporters. Southampton's extraordinary collection of valuable antiques had dominated the first half with an exhibition of how to make the game look easy. It was entertaining, and they certainly deserved something for their efforts. But the dramatic 3 minutes before half-time changed the whole picture. Laurie McMenemy felt that the throw-in leading to Tony Morley's goal should have been given the other way. And Steve Williams had his own views too. But to be honest, when a ball scrunches out like that, it's anyone's guess whose throw it is. But there was a lot to follow before the goal was scored. At the time, I took the view that Morley was offside from Geddes' flick. But I'm afraid the pictures prove little, except what a fine move it was and how difficult Tony Morley is to catch once he's away on a run like that. Well, that's it for today, except to congratulate Southend, who, as a result of Aldershot losing, became the first Football League club to win promotion this season. Well done, Southend. But I don't suppose we could end in any other way than by showing David Geddes' goal. He doesn't get much chance to score on Match of the Day because he understudies for Peter With, who's in superb form. But when David's there and the cameras are there, it seems to produce a touch of magic, as Birmingham City, as well as Southampton, would testify. Good afternoon to you.
Shaw and Hawker, Geddes this is, and he's made it count! On by Evans, and he got it in, yes, Geddes!
This is Williams, who's put Geddes away, surely!